Hi there. In this video, we're going to look at Polkadot. Remember, these are education content only, not financial advice, and whether a project will be successful depending on many factors. So let's look at the daily chart and see what the bulls and bears are playing, and then we go to the weekly bigger picture. Here, last time we talked about this May 27, we are just 2 to 3 days away, depending on which part of the globe you are on. And the move has already started, okay? It has, the bulls have been testing this resistance line for the 4th consecutive day, okay, including today. Today's volume is pretty low compared to the previous 3 days, okay? So the drop right over here today as a Sunday, when we get to later part in the day, there's still 6.5 hours left when Asia wakes up, that may change. So remember we said getting into this wedge, it's going to show us whether this downtrend is going to continue or is it going to change, breaking the ceiling of the downtrend and staying along this uptrend support line. You see the lower lows, right? Higher lows. And eventually, it is going to come and test the 1.38, this resistance line again. All right, so this is key as to whether this is heading towards that part or is it just coming back down to find support at the 1.23. Okay, so that's the case of since February, actually late March, okay, between these two. Initially, it was February, okay, from beginning to, almost the end of Feb, it was between 1.23 and 1.38. And then for about a month's time, the price shot up to test the upper resistance of 1.67. And then it has come down to the weaker half of the sideways channel for the trade. So the base case is bouncing between these two lines, the two levels of 1.23 and 1.38. So let's hope to see that's going to continue and not start with this downtrend and show us something similar to the mid of April. Okay. Of course, if there are some bad news coming out that shock the market, we won't be surprised, even if it tests as low as 1.11, because that's what happened on February 6th. Remember, those 2 dates, February 5th and 6th, are very key deciding the trading range for a lot of altcoins, including Polkadot in this case, except that spike in late Feb, which eventually, drop back to where the sideways trend is. How about the big picture then? So, given the sideways trading seems to be, continuing, for Wyckoff, here we see the testing phase is still going on. The checkout of paper hands is still going on, even though there may not be much paper hands left. However, the price, okay, you see this sideways trend, right? It hasn't touched the level 0.097, the red key level that October 10th last year showed us. So if any bad news come out, that red line can be tested, okay? Don't be caught off guard just because the past 3.5 to, we're closing into 4 months that we are in this sideways trend that seems to stay above $1 and 10 cents. The 0.97 is not going to be tested. That's not the case. There's still a chance for that to happen, even though we don't want to see it. Okay, of course, what we want to see is the sign of strength coming back in. If you're new to Wyckoff, the sign of strength is somewhere in the mid-late stage of the accumulation cycle, meaning all these orange tags. It is going to retest the automatic rally high. Okay, in this case, it's the orange key level of $5.15 and the 5.72 yellow key level. So somewhere between these two lines, you see those two candles reach that particular level back then, right? That's already made last year. Yes, we are over a year in now. That's what we want to see. So both the price as well as the volume has to be higher than average compared to the past period that we have. Okay, somewhere between AR and SOS. Those are the two signs we want to see. After that, price can retrace, but at least we know money is coming back in and the next distribution cycle would be near. All right. Being a member gives you 48 hours earlier access to these weekly videos, while 24 hours earlier access to the daily shorter version without the Wyckoff. And you can find my weekly write-up on Substack giving you the upside and downside risks for the coming week. See you in the next video. Thank you.